Your brain is currently drowning in a biological illusion, convinced it belongs to a massive, hyperconnected tribe of thousands, while your actual cellular biology is sitting in profound, isolated starvation. This is not a metaphor or some dramatic warning. It is a literal mapping mismatch happening inside your anterior cingulate cortex every single time you tap a screen. We have accidentally built a digital civilization that perfectly mimics the signals of human friendship without delivering a single drop of the physiological chemistry that actually keeps us alive. You think you are keeping in touch, but your ancient evolutionary hardware is desperately trying to decode a phantom. We need to talk about the precise digital mechanism that is hijacking your neurochemistry right now. It is called the asymmetric social signal. When you interact with someone in the physical world, your nervous system is performing an incredibly complex, high-bandwidth symphony of micro-calculations. You are reading micro-expressions, tracking pupil dilation, decoding vocal frequencies, and absorbing invisible pheromones. Your brain translates this massive stream of data into a sense of safety, trust, and deep biochemical connection. But when you move that interaction to a screen, the bandwidth collapses to zero. You get text on a glass surface, a flat image, a tiny red dot indicating a notification. Your cognitive brain understands that this is your friend. Your ancient limbic system, however, is left entirely in the dark, starving for the chemical signals of real presence. Think about the human experience of this mismatch. You spend hours texting your closest friends, sharing jokes, sending memes, and commenting on their updates. On paper, your social life is booming. Yet, as you lie in bed at the end of the night, staring at the ceiling, there is a strange, hollow ache in your chest. You feel disconnected, vaguely anxious, and deeply tired. Your phone is telling you that you are loved, but your body is not receiving the memo. This is because your smartphone is a brilliant behavioral modification machine, engineered to be as compelling as possible, but it does not speak the language of your biological design. Let us look at how this plays out in a laboratory. In 2010, Dr. Leslie Seltzer and her research team at the University of Wisconsin-Madison decided to test this exact biological boundary. They took a group of young girls and subjected them to a highly stressful situation designed to send their cortisol levels, the stress hormone, skyrocketing. Once the girls were thoroughly stressed, the researchers split them into 3 groups. The first group got to see their mothers in person. The second group spoke to their mothers over the phone. The third group was only allowed to exchange text messages with their mothers. The results were staggering. The girls who saw their mothers in person or spoke to them on the phone showed an immediate, massive spike in oxytocin, the molecule of bonding, safety, and comfort, and their stress hormones plummeted. But what about the texting group? Their oxytocin levels did not rise at all. Their cortisol levels remained as dangerously high as if they had been left completely alone in the dark. It is a biological ghost. Think about that for a second. The words of comfort were the same. The motherly love was identical. The digital interface was active. Yet, biologically, the brain processed the text messages as nothing. Why? Because the auditory and physical pathways that our species evolved over millions of years to verify safety were completely missing. A glowing text message is an invitation to connect, but to your ancient biology, it is nothing more than cold data. It lacks the biological juice of a living, breathing human being. Your nervous system simply does not believe the screen. Now we must step into the high-voltage arena of the brain's reward system. When you receive a digital interaction, a like, a share, a comment, your brain undergoes a massive, sudden surge of dopamine. It feels incredible. We mistake this surge of excitement for the warm, quiet glow of human connection. But these are 2 completely different chemical pathways. Dopamine is the molecule of anticipation, of seeking, of never-ending hunger. It is the chemical that says, find more, click more, scroll more. Oxytocin, on the other hand, is the molecule of satisfaction, of safety, of resting in the presence of someone who has your back. When was the last time you refreshed a feed, not to learn something new, but to feel less alone? That is your dopamine system chasing a ghost. In 2016, Dr. Lauren Sherman and her colleagues at the University of California, Los Angeles, put adolescents into functional magnetic resonance imaging scanners while they browsed a social media feed. They watched their brains light up in real time. When these teenagers saw their own photos with a high number of likes, the scanners revealed intense activation in the nucleus accumbens. This is the exact same neural circuitry that fires up when you win money, eat chocolate, or win a bet. Your brain is not processing that digital validation as friendship. It is processing it as a reward prize. Your phone is simulating a social environment to harvest your attention chemistry. Think about the before and after of a typical day. Before the digital age, if you wanted to feel connected, you had to walk down the street, sit on a porch, look someone in the eye, and share a silence. It required vulnerability, physical coordination, and time. Today, you can sit in a dark room, completely isolated, and receive 300 notifications from 5 continents. Your dopamine system is firing like a pinball machine, but your oxytocin system is completely dormant. You are functionally lonely, yet neurochemically overstimulated. It is a state of deep biological confusion. How did we get here? We did not choose this. We were handed a tool that promised to bring us closer together, and it did in terms of sheer logistics. But we forgot that our brains are not digital processors. We are biological creatures made of wet chemistry, mirrors, and muscles. When we try to run our social lives entirely through a glass interface, we are asking our ancient brains to do something they were never designed to do. We are trying to feed a starving body with pictures of food. We do not need to throw our phones into the ocean to fix this. We just need to understand the biological rules of the game we are playing. Here are 3 highly specific, actionable ways to re-engineer your digital daily life based on pure neuroscience. First, implement a voice-first triage system. The next time you are about to send a long, supportive text message to a close friend, stop your fingers. Press the microphone icon and record a quick voice note instead. By sending your voice, you are sending pitch, tone, cadence, and breath. You are giving their auditory cortex the raw data it needs to trigger oxytocin. You are transforming a cold, text-based data transfer into a warm, biological connection. It takes the exact same amount of time, but the neurological payoff for your friend is infinitely higher. Second, establish high-fidelity micro-interactions in your immediate environment. Our brains did not evolve to maintain thousands of weak, digital ties. We are biologically caped by Dunbar's number, which states that we can only maintain about 150 stable relationships. Create a list of your top 5 essential relationships, your core tribe. Commit to interacting with these 5 people using only high-fidelity channels. If you cannot see them in person, use video calls where you can see their micro-expressions, or voice calls where you can hear their sighs. Save the flat, low-bandwidth text messages for casual coordination, not for deep emotional check-ins. Third, construct an intentional offline pocket in your physical home. Create a designated space, like your dining table or a specific reading chair, where screens are physically banned. When you sit in this space with another human being, your nervous systems are allowed to sync without the constant, distracting threat of digital interruption. This allows your autonomic nervous system to shift from the high-alert, dopamine-seeking sympathetic state into the calm, restorative, parasympathetic state. You will find that even 10 minutes of undivided physical presence feels more restorative than 5 hours of continuous texting. When you look at your screen now, you should see it for what it truly is. It is not a window into a real community. It is a highly sophisticated mirror reflecting our deepest evolutionary desires back at us in a distorted digital form. Your online friend list is not a tribe. It is a directory. Once you realize this, the pressure to maintain hundreds of digital relationships simply evaporates. You no longer feel the exhaustion of trying to feed an ancient, hungry brain with the digital crumbs of a glowing screen. Your brain is processing 300 text messages with the same chemical machinery your ancestors used to face a hostile wilderness. Think about that. No wonder you feel exhausted. No wonder your mind feels fragmented. But this realization is not a defeat. It is an incredible liberation. You now have the keys to your own neurochemistry. You are no longer a passive user being manipulated by clever engineers who want to harvest your dopamine. You are a conscious biological being using digital tools to coordinate real, deep human existence. Now that you understand the hidden biological tax of your digital connections, you are ready to look even deeper into the invisible forces shaping your modern mind. Next, we are going to dive into a silent phenomenon happening inside your head every single time you search for information online, a shift that is quietly changing how you talk to yourself. Put your phone down, go find a real voice to listen to, and keep decoding your digital world.